We actually went back to the founders, John Karras and Donald Call, for inspiration. They set out across the state of Iowa wanting to tell stories, and they understood that getting on her gravel roads, being in those main streets, that was the way to tell stories about Iowa. My name is Courtney Crowder, and I am the Iowa columnist at the Des Moines Register, and I am the co-director of Shift, the RAGBRAI Documentary.
And my name is Kelsey Kremer. I'm the photo editor at the Des Moines Register and the other co-director of Shift.
So Shift, the RAGBRAI Documentary is a nearly 2-year-long endeavor. And when we started talking about making a documentary about RAGBRAI, we knew we wanted to tell a story that was bigger than just the history of RAGBRAI or just the behind the scenes of RAGBRAI. We actually went back to the founders, John Karras and Donald Call, for inspiration. They set out across the state of Iowa wanting to tell stories, and they understood that getting on her gravel roads, being in those main streets, that was the way to tell stories about Iowa. So we really looked at what we thought the essence of the ride was: the people who ride, the towns who host, and the space it offers people to figure out why they put their life on hold and came to Iowa at the end of July.
So in this documentary, it's an hour-long documentary. We follow 3 riders and a pair of community organizers, the couple who planned the N-Town RAGBRAI Lansing, and we follow them through the whole week-long ride and sort of, what their ups and downs through the ride are like.
And I think, why a documentary? Obviously, we work for the Des Moines Register. It's a newspaper. So why focus on doing a documentary? And I've been thinking a lot about this. And honestly, to be able to tell the story of RAGBRAI, now I think I paint really good pictures with my words, but you have to be able to see it. You have to be able to see the sunrises, the sunsets, the corn, the funny dances that teams do. You have to be able to see it. So documentary was really the perfect medium to tell this story.
I will say one of the things that I enjoyed the most about this experience was, I cover RAGBRAI every summer, but I don't get to cover the full ride. I usually get to cover just a couple of days. And so working on this project was really the first time that I got to cover RAGBRAI from day 0 to day 7. And it was really the first time that I have ever felt sort of the most connected to what John and Don were trying to do when they started RAGBRAI, and really getting to really dig in and really spend all this time. So just that was really special and felt really cool. I got to focus on one of our characters to the ride. We had a big team of people, and so I got to focus on one person. And that was also really nice because often when we cover RAGBRAI just as a photojournalist, we're all over the place. And so it was also just really special to get to focus on sort of one person and one team and just really get to know them. So that also just made a really fun experience.
The act of RAGBRAI, being away from your family, being away from cell phones, doing something really physical for 7 days really gives you a lot of time to think and to work through grief or to celebrate a recent win or to somehow deal with tragedy, triumph, whatever. And so it's really magical for me to be a part of this with these people that we followed.
I hope that people first get to see how beautiful and diverse Iowa is. When we talk about why the documentary was a perfect medium and we talked about, you get to see how beautiful Iowa is, I really believe that, Iowa in July in the summer is the best time to be in Iowa. And so I think for starters, I hope that people see that. And then I hope that people can connect with the people that we featured in the documentary and that they can, really get to feel something for all of these people and what they go through. And that they can just see that it is so much bigger than just a bike ride.
The characters we follow include a mother cycling through grief, a Black woman trying to diversify her favorite sport of cycling, a father with his son struggling with opioid addiction, and 2 gay men in rural Iowa who just want to be part of their community.
I would just add that it was really important to us to do something more than just talk about the history of RAGBRAI. We really wanted this to be a good story.
This is about 50 years of RAGBRAI, but it's really about what RAGBRAI means in the present moment to the people who ride and the towns who host. And what it's going to mean, we think, in the long term.
We're the directors of Shift, the RAGBRAI Documentary.
Watch it on Iowa PBS July 25th at 7 p.m.